Hello students of the mini video masterclass series. I'm Paige and I'm going to be giving you today's mini video masterclass on framing your shot, which is not a very sexy thing, but it makes a big difference if you want to look a little bit more polished and professional in your videos. So here you go. When we talk about framing your shot, we're basically talking about the box that you are inside of when you're shooting your videos. That is what you see right here, the outside of the screen. That's the frame, okay? Pretty simple. It's like a photo, right? You frame a photo. This is the entire screen. We've got 4 steps to this, all right? It's gonna go pretty quickly. Number 1, determine your orientation. So there's 2 different orientations for videos. There is, this is my phone, hi. So you can be, I am fun. So you can be vertically oriented, which we call portrait mode, or you can be horizontally oriented, or AKA landscape mode, as if you are taking a photo of a landscape. So picture, portrait, landscape, portrait, landscape photo. Yes, got it? Okay. Your video orientation is going to depend on what your platform of choice is. And in my free 5-day video challenge, we determine what your platform of choice is on day 1, spoiler alert. So sign up for that if you want to join in on the 5-day video challenge. So decide what your platform of choice is. Is it Instagram, TikTok? Then you're gonna wanna be oriented this way. If it's most of the other ones, you're gonna wanna be oriented this way. When I first started doing video and talking about video, I was always like, don't do vertical video. And now it's actually not as taboo as it used to be. So vertical video is making a comeback, guys. So once you determine the orientation of your video, then you wanna position yourself so you're taking up most of the screen. A lot of times we'll make this mistake where we do videos like this, and then half of the screen is just blank space above our heads. No, no, no. We want to be fully present and right there in front of the camera and take up a majority of the space here. You're taking up space, ladies, all right? That's what we're doing here. Literally and figuratively, we are taking up some space here, all right? So you want to take up as much of the frame as possible, leaving about, and my screen is right above the lens, so if you see my eyes kind of shifting up, it's just so I can see what I look like right now, okay? I'm not losing you, don't worry. So you want about an inch between the top of your head and the top of the frame. Sometimes I might be right here and there's no space, or sometimes I might sink down a little bit further if I'm slouching in the middle of a video. But when you're first setting up your frame, keep about an inch there, and then there might be a little bit of wiggle room. Once you have centered yourself fully, taken up as much space as possible in the frame, you are ready to go. Now there's a couple more little adjustments if you're not perfectly happy with how close you are to the camera or with how your face looks on camera. There's a couple things you can do. The first one is to angle your camera. So if I were to put my camera right at eye level, it is right now just about at eye level. However, what I can do is move the camera up a tad and then angle it down just a little. And then I get this nice angle on my face where my neck looks a little bit longer and leaner. Now I'm holding the tripod, so it's a little bit wobbly, but you still want to create that 1 inch above between your head and the top of the frame, and just angle the camera down a tad as it is elevated about an inch above your eye line, all right? So that's also, would go kind of that way. That's also a good option. Another option is to move yourself closer to the camera if you want to get, more of your face in there and really talk into people. But you can also angle yourself, you can also move the camera further away from you. So I'm gonna secure my tripod again, and I'm gonna move myself a little bit further away from the camera. So let's see, I'd be right here. So as you can see, I still have a really solid frame, but I just have more of my body visible in the camera. And maybe if you have a really cute dress on that you want to show off, cool, move back a little bit. So you can make adjustments by moving forward and backward into your lens. The kind of frame that you want is going to be different for everybody. There's a couple things you can do to make those adjustments, but generally speaking, it's about that simple. Now, the last thing that I want to say is You do have the option of orienting yourself a little bit to one side or the other. We call this rule of thirds if you've ever taken like a photography class. If you were to divide the screen into thirds each way, there's like an imaginary grid on the screen, and you would put yourself like right here in that top corner of the grid. This is appropriate if you know that you are going to be putting text or graphics or something popping up on the screen right here in that space. You might want to move over a little. Usually that tends to be if you are teaching a course or a program and you're giving something of extreme value and you want to put like numbers and details and information on the screen. Otherwise, you just put a lower thirds. You just center yourself right here and be lower thirds, all right? So that is your crash course mini video masterclass on how to frame your shot. Make sure you sign up for the free 5-day video challenge I've got going on. You're gonna get a new challenge every day for 5 days that will up your video game. I'll see you there.